I am Javed Ahmed, Department of Mathematics, Jamshedpur Women's College, Jamshedpur. In this video, we are going to discuss about the completeness property of the set. That is, we shall see that under what condition a set is said to be complete. Now, a set X of numbers is said to be complete if every non-empty subset of X which is bounded above has its supremum in X. Likewise, this statement or definition of completeness can also be restated for the set which is bounded below, and we will say like this: a set X of numbers or real numbers is said to be complete if every non-empty subset of X which is bounded below has its infimum in X. And now we shall prove a theorem based on the completeness of the set. Theorem is prove that any non-empty set of real numbers which is bounded below has an infimum. Proof: let S be a non-empty subset of R, where R is the set of real numbers, and let S be bounded below. Then, by definition, now we shall show that S has an infimum. We define a set T of all y such that y is equal to minus x, where x is the member of S. That we have considered a set T whose members are the negative of the members of the set X. Now we shall show that T is bounded above. Since S is bounded below, then by definition there will exist a real number, say L, such that x is greater than or equal to L for all x belongs to S. Now x greater than or equal to L implies minus x is less than or equal to minus L. This implies y, where y is equal to minus x, is less than or equal to minus L for all y belongs to T. This implies minus L is an upper bound of T, and this implies set T is bounded above. Hence, by the completeness axiom, the set T must have a supremum, say a small t. When we have denoted supremum of the set by a small t, now we shall show that minus t is the infimum of S. Since t is the supremum of t, this implies y is less than or equal to t. Since t is the supremum of the set T, so each member of the set T must be less than or equal to T for all y belongs to T. This implies minus x less than or equal to T because y is equal to minus x for all x belongs to S. This implies x is greater than or equal to minus t for all x belongs to S. This implies minus t is a lower bound of S. Now if L dash is a lower bound of S, then minus L dash is an upper bound of T, and therefore T is less than or equal to minus L dash. This implies minus T greater than or equal to L dash. This implies minus T is the infimum of S. This proves the theorem. And now we are going to discuss the Archimedean property of real numbers. A statement is, if A and B are any two positive real numbers, then there exists a positive integer n such that NA is greater than B. Proof. Suppose, if possible, that for all positive integers n belongs to I plus, where I plus denotes the set of positive integers, NA is less than or equal to B. We have supposed that NA is less than or equal to B. Thus, the set S is equal to NA such that n belongs to I plus is bounded above. B being an upper bound, by the completeness property of real numbers, the set S must have the supremum M. That is, NA must be less than or equal to M for all n belongs to I plus. This implies n plus 1 into A less than equal to M. This implies NA is less than or equal to M minus A. And by definition of upper bound, M minus A is an upper bound of S. And we have supposed that M is the supremum of this set S, but M minus A is less than M, and which leads to a contradiction as an upper bound of a set cannot be less than its supremum. Hence our supposition that NA is less than or equal to B is wrong. That is, NA is greater than B is true, and this proves the theorem. In this, as in the present scenario of COVID-19, US students are requested to maintain physical distancing and stay healthy. Thank you.